Coordinate geometry is what we'll be talking about today. Coordinate geometry is a type of geometry that is connected with points on a Cartesian plane. And a Cartesian plane is when you have your x-axis and y-axis as shown on the screen. Now, the dots on this particular page now on that Cartesian plane labeled 4, 2. The first value 4 is the x-coordinates, meaning when I trace it to my x-axis, it is 4. When I trace that dot to my y-axis, it is 2, as you can see. So the first value you see in the bracket is called the x-coordinates. And the second one, which is 2, is called the y-coordinates. So this is the basis and the foundation of coordinate geometry. So the first thing we'll be talking about is distance between 2 points. Distance between 2 points. Now, when we have 2 points on Cartesian plane, as shown on this screen, how do we find the distance between the points? This is a Cartesian plane. You have 2 points labeled x1, y1, and the other points labeled x2, y2. How do we find the distance between the 2 points if we call the point A and B? This is a simple formula to find the distance between 2 points. So just fix in the values of x2 and x1 and y2 and y1, as you can see on the Cartesian plane, and that gives you your distance between 2 points. Good. We can also find coordinates of midpoint between 2 points. You are given 2 points and you are asked to find the coordinate of the midpoint, meaning the x value and the y value of the midpoints. Now let's see the formula that quickly gives us that. So this coordinate you are seeing on the screen is exactly what gives us the coordinate of midpoints. Add the value of the x1 and the x2 and divide by 2. Then the value of the y1 plus y2 and divide by 2. That gives us the coordinates of midpoint. So you can find midpoints of any 2 points, and this is the simple formula you see on the screen. So we are going to be applying all these things in our class today. So this is a diagram that is representing the point at the center is the midpoint, and that's the formula written exactly beside the points. Good. Now let's look at slope or gradient of point. Gradient means exactly the same thing with slope. We can also find the gradient of points when points are given. That can only be done using a simple formula, as you can see on this diagram on the screen right away. So the formula for slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. We usually use m to represent our slope or gradient. So it's very common for you to see m representing gradient. So m is usually representing gradient anytime we are talking about coordinate geometry. So that's the simple formula for our gradient or slope, which we'll be applying in our class today. Collinear points. What are collinear? When we say points are collinear, what do we mean? Two or more points are said to be collinear if the gradients between any of the 2 points are equal. Now, when you find the gradients between 2 points and when the values are equal, it means the points are collinear. Collinear means they fall on the same straight line. they fall on the same straight line. Collinear means the points fall on the same straight line. And how we know that points fall on the same straight line? When their gradients are equal. When we pick any 2 points and we find the gradients, and we pick any other 2 points and the gradients are equal, then we know that those points in questions are collinear. So this line is showing us those dots, red dots on this line is exactly showing us that those points are collinear because they lie on the same straight line. They lie on the same straight line. Okay, thank you for your attention. We'll see in our next class.